there was nobody in finance that I could call or talk to try to get that done. Like, I just had to tell the advisor via text and then, all right, I'll get with finance. Like, so this is not the video that I planned to make on this Thursday. I originally had a super exciting taking delivery of my 2025 Model 3 video planned for today, which literally fell through almost 24 hours on the dot before I was planning to go pick up the car. So full story here, because there's tons of haters on YouTube and they'll just talk So to clear up everything, I was originally getting the Launch Edition Model Y, went through everything, was approved. They wanted $14,100 down. I was willing to do $10,000 down. I was actually technically all the way up to 11, considering I had a $1,000 referral credit, to which they wanted $14,100, and I just was not willing to wipe out my bank accounts to do that. So I switched the order from a Model Y to a 2025 Model 3. This way I didn't lose my $250 deposit or order fee or whatever they call it, and I still would have a new car, which was great to me. I could make some new content with it. It'd be great. So I go through everything, I get approved, and I was actually going to pick the car up last Thursday or Friday. And basically, I had a $1,000 in referral credit that got tied to the Model Y that had not came back to my account yet. Now, this $1,000 in referral credit, think of it as like a Tesla credit that I can only use at Tesla. But considering I was about to spend $7,000 to put down on a new Model 3, I could use that $1,000 credit on the down payment. So then coming out of my account would have only been $6,000 versus $7,000. The problem was that $1,000 credit was tied to the Model Y, and I was trying to get it back. So Tesla has some kind of computer glitch. They're like, hey, we don't know what's going on. We can't get the credit back to you. The engineering team says it should be fixed by Tuesday, so we're going to push you out to Wednesday. So Monday comes, and they reach out and they say, hey, we've just taken $1,000 off the car. You can make the payment. I'm like, well, that's great, but this $1,000 credit gave me $1,000 less that I spent out of my bank account. So I'm like, I'd really rather have it as a credit instead of just $1,000 off the car, because then I'm spending $1,000 less, and I know I'm not going to keep this car until it's paid off. So to me, the amount of money I'm spending to get the car is more important than what the final number is. So basically they're like, okay, yeah, sure, no problem, totally understand that, we'll get that done. I'm at poker, I get a message, hey, you're ready to go. I check the account, perfect. Right amount showing, Tesla credits there. Hey, I'm gonna log in and make the payment as soon as I'm done with poker. So I go on a break at poker, because when you're in a tournament, there's breaks throughout the poker match. And I'm like, you know what, let me take care of this. I open up my app, boom, it says, your credit offer has been denied. Like, what? My credit offer has been approved for 6 weeks. It was first approved for $50,000 for the Model Y Launch Edition, which was really like a $72,000 total loan. Now it was approved for $42,000 for this Model 3, which really I think was a $49 some odd thousand loan, something like that. And so I message them, as you can see, like, hey, it's all of a sudden telling me I'm declined. What's going on? They're like, don't know what's going on. We'll get this fixed on the back end. Great, sounds awesome. So Tuesday rolls around right about 4:30, about 24 hours before I'm planning to take delivery, and I have this email, which basically said the finance team followed up and that the documents I provided showed that I'm $1,150 short of being able to basically afford this car. I have no idea where they got that from, because I'd been approved from the get-go. I'd sent in so much information. So I get back to them, I'm like, hey, I'd really love to get on the phone with you about this. I'm very confused. In the end, it ended up being that I'm self-employed. So they wanted 3 months of bank statements from my business checking account, 3 months of bank statements from my personal checking account. They wanted almost everything but a blood sample. They even wanted my signature card from my bank to show that I'm the only one that gets access to the money in the business banking account. Never been asked for anything like this in my life. So I provided all of that information. They knew exactly how much I made. Everything was approved, and I have no clue what changed. I can say my credit was ran again all of a sudden, and then everything changed when they fixed that $1,000 credit. So a lot of the system with Tesla seems to be completely computer animated, which I think saves them money, but makes it a nightmare for somebody, you know, like in my case, when I had a $14,000 deposit for the Model Y, and I'm like, hey, I'll give you 10, there was nobody in finance that I could call or talk to try to get that done. Like, I just had to tell the advisor via text and then, all right, I'll get with finance. Like, I was never able to talk to anybody, and personally I didn't like that, but this is what it ended up being. So, you know, they said that I could provide additional documents. He basically cleared it up to me though that, you know, like, you're self-employed and based on what your business spends, this is what we see that you have, and so you're $1,150 short, which in the end I think it's the rent from here, because that showed as like a $1,500 line item every month on my bank statement that they had to get from my business account. So that's what I think kind of screwed the numbers a little bit. But at the end of the day, I was just done fighting for this thing. They told me that I should just go through a third party since I was already approved, and they feel that somebody would definitely approve me, but I just didn't. I had enough hit on my credit in terms of like how many times they ran it, and just was done, and did not feel that the Model 3 would really give me the content push that I needed that the Model Y was going to give me, being as the Model Y was the #1 selling car in the world and everything on it was new. So in the end, I canceled the order, which means that I lost my $250 deposit, and I'm not getting a brand new 2025 Model 3, which really sucks, but hey, it is what it is. And hopefully there's a lot of talk, and this was also something that kind of went into my decision to just rip it up and be done with it. There may be a Model Q or a Model 2 that will essentially be like a stripped down version of a Model Y that's going to be just cheaper. So if that actually happens, that might be more in line, you know, with my financing through Tesla, I guess. This car would be cheaper, and so might give it a go. See if risk another $250 and deal with this headache of getting approved for something when you work for yourself. That's, man. And if I didn't have to pay like income taxes on the money that I'd pay myself, I'd have a W-2, but I don't want to do that, so I have it set up differently. But I might look into something else for that, because this is the second or third time I've had trouble getting something financed. Like, in the end, the other ones, like this car, I got approved, but it just, they want those tax returns and just so much extra info because I'm self-employed. And in my opinion, if you're a bank, you should trust the guy that's working for himself and is able to prove money that he made last year versus the guy who's working for someone else who can be fired at a whim. But that's my opinion. So that's the case though. I don't know what all is going to be coming to this channel. I'm definitely going to continue doing my tech stuff. I'm going to try to do more vlogs, and that's just where we're at. I want to be transparent. So I could have fought, I could have, you know, tried a third party, and I just didn't care to deal with uploading all this stuff for a third time and going through interviews and all that again. That'll do it. Thank you all for watching. Click like, click subscribe, indulge in your life at indulgeclothing.com for the merch. And I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.